We have a hotline call.
I can't see it.
This is, you probably got to scroll down. Scroll.
Yes.
This could be big if it is. Oh, I think it says it. Hello, caller, you're on the air?
Yes. Hello?
Yes. Who's calling?
Is this the Jim and Sam show?
It is,
It
yes.
is.
Yes. This is King. It's actually formerly the Prince, now the King of England.
Oh, my
King
God.
Charles
King
is on
Charles
the phone.
III.
This is amazing. King Charles is here.
Yeah.
Wow, incredible.
We were good friends with your mother.
I understand that.
Oh, okay.
Mother kept me waiting. I'm 73 years old. What a time to really take advantage of the opportunities.
Yeah, it's odd, King Charles. A lot of people would say that at 73, this should be the age that you would consider maybe stepping down from the throne, not accepting it.
Yes, yes, what a fantastic... meanwhile, the empire is in ruins. When Mother had this ascended to the throne, you could walk into Africa like it was a private beach club. And now, the only thing I can do is go to Belfast and watch them film the Game of Thrones prequel.
I'm sorry to hear.
Are you saying that there's not
ruins.
quite as much advantage to being the king as there would have been 70 years ago?
Even Wales is woke.
Yeah, Charles,
We're in a shambles.
were you surprised? When your mother passed, when that announcement was made, there was a lot of polarization. I found that just as many people, were making jokes at her expense and were almost celebrating, as were distraught and saddened by the loss of the Queen.
Yes, social media has made the subjects feel very empowered.
What do you think about that? Are you thinking about getting a Twitter account for Buckingham Palace?
No, my brother Andrew has a TikTok account. Right now he's trying to find dates backstage at BTS concerts.
I saw that things are already changing. I don't know if your brother Andrew is going to be back in the fold at all, but I saw your first address, and you did mention your son Harry, which I know that there's been some dissent there.
Well, my son Harry is obviously. I mentioned I was trying to let people read between the lines that he's been pussy whipped by some castrating American starlet that should be waiting for a residual check from Amazon Prime.
Are you saying that she should not be the type of woman who has influence over your son?
I'm saying that if you look at her and you look at Harry, you realize that their son, is going to look like Sam Roberts.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry to hear that.
Very unfortunate. It's a terrible combination.
What has it been like?
Same hair texture already of the two of them.
What has it been like for you? I mean, you haven't been waiting, say, 70 years, but at least 50 years. You being king has been a realistic thing. What have those 50 years been like?
Oh, the clouds have lowered upon our house the entire time. It's been a very back and forth time. Like, I'll suddenly find myself in a fantastic mood every time. When COVID came, I said, at least I'll be 71. But even that, she survived.
Sorry to hear that.
And how's your lovely wife handling being the queen consort?
Oh, well, the word consort livened things up for a couple of days, as you can imagine.
I could only guess, yeah. Hey,
yes.
the last celebration that the world got to have for your mother was there was all these musicians that were performing outside of Buckingham Palace. But one of the big numbers was Alicia Keys singing her tribute song to the city of New York here in the United States. That always kind of rubbed me the wrong way as a person who spent some of their youth in the UK. How did that happen?
Yes, well, people in America are they think the world kind of revolves. They're almost a pre-Galilean look at the world, if you will. And yes, I mean, New York is just a pale imitation of York. I mean, and yes, London is obviously the original city, and New York. I understand you. You have your own charm, which is walking down McDougal Street, fighting rats, and hoarding homeless people. But for the rest of the world, New York is nothing special.
Do you have any plans to bring the kingdom back to prominence? You know, you're saying that the empire is in shambles. You have a limited, all due respect, King, you have a limited time left yourself. What's the plan here?
Well, I mean, maybe I'll go old school, invade France, and that usually is that was a good jump starter for us, I feel.
Yeah.
Invade France, and we'd feel our oats, and then work the empire from there.
Now, and you were with your mother when she passed away. You and Princess Anne were by her side. Did you have any conversations with her as she was laying there?
I did have some very important conversations with Mother. And, yes. She said, son, remember something. Never reveal yourself to people. She said, I know today that's not the fashion, but always play your cards close.
Wow. So she said that. That would be what I expected her to say. Play your cards close.
Well, basically saying, well, I'll give you the Jim and Sam version. If you have to fart, please don't do it in the studio.
That makes more sense coming from dear mother.
Play your cards close. I wouldn't have expected that from your mother. Maybe Christopher Moltisanti, I would have expected that from.
Well, we're talking about different card games, bridge, games like that.
Oh, okay.
Now, I noticed that I don't believe Meghan was invited to be by your mother's bedside. I think Harry came back to the palace,
That's
but
right.
not Meghan. Was that intentional, or was Meghan simply busy?
Well, we don't want Meghan to be triggered by some unconscious racist behavior.
I understand.
So you were looking out for her.
Yes, we're worried about her. You know, apparently there was a color chart, like Sherwin-Williams going on in her mind.
I see.
And she felt that she wasn't as welcome.
Oh, yes. No, she felt unwelcomed, of course. Mother's dropping dead. Worried because, somebody made a slightly off-color remark.
Do you have any big plans for the funeral? I believe it's going to be next week. I mean, there's going to be a lot going on there in the UK. You've got the funeral happening next week, and then for the first time in most of our lifetimes, we're going to get to see a coronation. That's not something that we've ever seen.
The coronation will be an event. The first thing I have to do is try to find a way to dump what's-her-face and get myself somebody new.
Poor Camilla.
Why, yeah, you don't want Camilla to be a part of the coronation?
I love Camilla, but, the time has come.
I get it. She was great as the lady of a prince, but you're the king now. Let's be honest.
I'm thinking like somebody English, but appropriate, but like the Kate Beckinsale school.
Sure. What about Adele? Did you ever think about Adele?
Oh, please. Maybe I'd rather wake up next to Harry Styles than Adele.
I see.
Now, you're the oldest king to ever be crowned, yes.
What? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was saying you're the oldest king to ever be to take the throne.
Is that true?
Yes, it is. Age 73.
Maybe Keira Knightley? Would that be good?
That would be a good one. That would be great. What about Elizabeth Hurley?
Elizabeth Hurley? Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking somebody in the mid-30s.
Are you?
Or the Natalie Dormer school. Somebody who's played royalty, please.
I gotcha. Are you?
about that girl that got in a fight with Olivia Wilde?
Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
Florence Pugh would be perfect. Florence Pugh and Prince Charles.
Yeah.
It'd be an upgrade from Zach Braff, that's for sure.
I understand. Jim Norton's been the Florence Pugh of the studio.
That's very clever, Your Highness. Yes, I have.
Yeah, I mean, this now. How do you feel? About all the sort of dramatizations. There seems to be a new interest in the royal family with The Crown on Netflix, and a lot's been made about the real life drama of the life of your family. Will that continue through your reign?
It will be doubtful because remember, I'm a European white male, so I don't think people are going to be doing the series with me. They were happy with the Queen.
Well, when you bring that up, I get where you're coming from, but what do you think about the fact that I saw it on Twitter? I was looking at Twitter a lot over the weekend, and people were bringing up imperialism and monarchies and the inherent nature of the monarchy to put down the people. They were laughing at the irony of shows like Les Mis and Hamilton memorializing your mother because these are shows about overthrowing the monarchy. What do you think about that spirit being revitalized in the people?
What spirits? To pro monarchy?
No, anti
overthrowing
the.
Oh, I thought you meant the people on the shows. Well, I think that it's a brave stance in 2022. And I admire them. I only wish I could have run into them in 1560, and we see what happens when they were stretched on a rack.
Do you think they're brave, though, taking that anti-monarchy stance after Mother dies? Do you think they're being very brave?
That's exactly what I'm saying. I wish when Mother first was first queen, they wouldn't have pulled that. But trust me.
Yeah, I was listening to 1010 Wins driving in this morning, and they said that you are King Charles III, and that I think they were being a little bit tongue in cheek, but they said that King Charles III better kind of mind his P's and Q's because King Charles II was beheaded. Do you worry about that at all?
Well, actually, Charles II was Charles the Bald, as you know.
Ah, of course.
Maybe my other son should be king.
Very cruel.
How do you plan on slimming down the monarchy? They're saying that you're going to make it a little bit of a smoother operation, a slimline operation.
Well, I'll get rid of the ungrateful one and his wife. They can do that podcast. So excited about it. Live in Canada, wherever the hell they live.
I like it when the Queen or the new King bring up the fact that Prince William or Prince Harry has left the monarchy to do a podcast.
Yes. It's very exciting.
Now, was this number left for you? Was this in the Queen's wishes? A lot of people were very concerned. I got a lot of tweets from people that said, I hope this doesn't mean the end of the Queen's calls to Jim and Sam. Was this one of her wishes that you would continue the royal phone calls to Jim and Sam?
She told me that it's the only way we can compete against the podcast of the world, obviously. The only way my son will ever hear me.
I get that.
That's nice to know. Does she have any parting words for us? Did she happen to mention us? We had quite a nice relationship with her.
Good rapport.
Yes. She said, keep fighting on, boys. Fighting on at all costs.
Wow.
It's very inspirational.
Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah, that's going to charge me up all day.
Me too. I mean, that's going to send me right into break upstairs.
Fight tomorrow. Hardy.
All right. Well, yeah.
Thank you, Your Majesty, very much.
King Charles, your people are saying that you've got to go.
He actually said, fight to the last gasp, but fight for yours. I think what she meant was, let Bennington and the bonfire worry about their placement, and don't you fight for them.
That's good. That's right.
You're right.
That's right. And I like that King Charles has been listening
to the show. Yeah, I really shouldn't worry about them. You're right. None of my business.
Well, King Charles, we deeply, deeply appreciate your contributions.
Thank you. Well, I see you at the funeral.
Oh,
we were not invited.
Are we getting invited? I know they said that the Bidens got invited, but there were only 2 invitations, that it's just Joe and Jill. They said none. That pervert Hunter is not welcome.
We've got our own problems.
Yeah. Hunter and Andrew chumming it up. Well, yeah, we will be there, Jim and I.
Yes.
As soon as we get our invitations, we'll be on the Concorde and headed over to the UK.
Yep.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you, King
Thank
Charles.
you, Your
Congratulations.
Majesty. Yes.